The episode opens in the dark past, 20 years before the present. In the heart of the forest, a ritual circle burns with torchlight. The townspeople stand in a ring of fire and fear. A young Sheriff Rowe watches, powerless, as Reverend Klein, not yet a pastor, prepares a ritual meant to cage something older than the town itself. At the center, Aaron Vale, only 4 years old, is held by his trembling parents. A deer lies gutted at his feet, its ribs cracked open like a warning. Klein raises a string of tiny bone and brass bells, their piercing ring cutting through the night. The forest answers with a low rumble, the trees bowing inward as if listening. Aaron's parents each drip blood onto the boy's forehead. The sigil beneath him darkens. The bells begin to rattle on their own. And when Aaron screams, his spine arches unnaturally, something old and hungry flickering behind his small eyes. The torches blow out. The deer's ribs snap inward as if pulled. The forest roars in triumph. The pact is sealed. We cut to the present where Sheriff Rowe wakes drenched in sweat, memory and guilt pressing on his chest. He whispers an apology to the boy he once helped bind. At dawn, Rowe arrives at Aaron's home, exhausted. He orders him into the truck with a rare please. They drive silently to the forest, where Rowe leads Aaron back to the same ritual circle. The moss-covered stones and charred earth pull half-formed memories out of Aaron's mind, flashes of bells, fire, pain. Rowe finally tells him the truth. Years ago, the town made a deal with the thing in the woods. A monstrous hunger had been killing people in patterns no one could ignore. Aaron's parents and several others devised a ritual to bind it, to give the creature a single vessel to channel through, a bloodline that would control where it's fed. Aaron wasn't chosen. He was used. The deaths slowed. The town survived, but the price never went away. Aaron is horrified to learn he's the door between the forest and the town, the lock, the alarm, and the channel through which the creature's hunger is directed. He demands the truth about his parents' deaths, and Rowe admits the ritual they attempted later went wrong. The creature pushed back. Their deaths were both an accident and a consequence of the pact they had made. Aaron walks away from the circle, furious and broken, claiming he wants to hear what it thinks. Deeper in the woods, the static in his head grows stronger, a chorus of whispers just beyond understanding. Suddenly, a scream rips through the forest. Aaron bolts toward it. He finds a young woman, Ivy, half transformed and trapped in a silver-laced snare. Her eyes glow, her spine rising under her skin. A dead camper lies nearby. She didn't mean to kill him, she simply lost control. As Aaron frees her, his own instincts flare, teeth aching, vision shifting, seeing Ivy as prey one moment and a mirror the next. A man appears above the gully. Sila's older, branded with sigils burned into his skin. He's calm, disturbingly so. He knows exactly what Aaron is. He calls Ivy and himself side clauses, people turned in the wake of the original ritual, bound to the same hunger but not its primary vessel. Sila's explains their existence bluntly. They are the ones who learn to survive within the Pact's rules, the ones who can shift partially without losing themselves completely. They are the consequence of the town's attempt at control and the forest's refusal to be fully tamed. He tells Aaron he can't keep resisting the creature raw. The full moon is coming. If he enters it unprepared, the forest will use him however it wants. But with training, with branded anchors like Silas's own, he could learn to shift without losing himself entirely, to pull on the chain instead of only being dragged by it. Aaron recoils from the idea. It feels like surrender. Silas tells him the truth. In this place, control and surrender are layered, and the creature will feed regardless. The difference is whether Aaron chooses how messy the night becomes. While this unfolds, Caleb watches from a ridge with binoculars. He captures footage of Aaron, Ivy, and Sila's, evidence of multiple carriers. To him, this is confirmation. The bloodline is real, and stopping the pact may require stopping Aaron. Back in town, Reverend Klein kneels in the empty church, pleading for strength. Strange, dark lines spread faintly beneath his skin. The pact is shifting, and it's touching him too. Dr. Hart and Mara piece together what Aaron is becoming. The creature in the woods infects people like a parasitic force, but in Aaron it flows with purpose. He is the anchor, the signal, the central channel the pact depends on. If the connection breaks, the pressure could rupture the boundary entirely. Evening falls as Aaron, Ivy, and Silas stand at the edge where forest meets town. Aaron feels the divide inside him, the forest's deep hum behind him, the town's anxious buzz ahead. He doesn't want to feed the pact, but Ivy reminds him that refusing doesn't stop the hunger, it only makes the consequences worse. Silas offers to brand Aaron, to teach him the painful discipline required to face the full moon with control. Aaron doesn't answer. He returns home, finding Rowe waiting on his porch. The sheriff admits the truth. The town has hidden behind sacred words to justify monstrosity, and he refuses to let others dictate Aaron's purpose. But he also knows the creature will move with or without him. Before Aaron can respond, a soft thump echoes down the road. A woman in pajamas steps barefoot toward the forest, eyes half open, skin marked with faint dark patterns. Another follows, then another. Sleepwalkers, marked by the forest itself, being drawn toward the tree line as if summoned. Aaron smells them before he sees them, their heartbeats, their fear, their helplessness. The static in his skull shifts into glowing threads he can suddenly sense, connecting each sleepwalker to the woods. The creature is calling them. Rowe's voice is grim. The pact expects Aaron to act, to hunt them before the creature does, to satisfy the hunger and keep the boundary from breaking. Aaron steps off the porch, torn between two impossible choices. If he feeds the pact, he becomes the monster they created. If he refuses, the creature might tear through the town itself. The forest leans forward. The wind picks up. Bones crack softly in the distance. And Aaron stands between the town and the trees, the door, deciding whether to open or to hold. A pact does not end the hunger. It just gives it rules. And rules only matter until someone decides to break them.